What is success? For many people, it is the attainment of fame and prosperity, which implies mostly the acquisition of material things. However, in this introduction, we are going to use a more general definition of success, the accomplishment of an aim or purpose. It not only means attaining financial success, but most importantly, helping the world be a better place. Hello, my name is Antoine, and in order to reach the latter goal, I propose an alternative curriculum for all adolescents, no matter what their nationality. The future of humanity depends on it. In order to make education relevant, we need to face some inconvenient truth. Our planet is at the crossroad of formidable problems. There are close to 1 billion people starving or undernourished. There is little fresh water and it's often contaminated. Non-renewable sources of energy like coal, oil and gas are polluting the atmosphere. Global warming is now recognized as a fact by most scientists. Glaring social inequalities are major problems in most countries. Pandemics are looming as a constant threat, and we have not seen the end of COVID-19 yet. We can expect a population of 10 billion people by 2050, which will further exacerbate all the previous problems combined. Humanity is struggling to fend off these scourges, but so far we have been, for the most part, unsuccessful in eliminating them. Granted, there are some entrepreneurs, inventors, and activists who have come up with viable solutions to solve local problems. However, there is no consensus within a country or locality to adopt such innovations. The root cause is human inertia. It's difficult to collectively adopt new measures. Furthermore, there are always powerful interest groups that oppose what they perceive to be a threat to the status quo. We all know that education is very important. However, we need to rethink our vision of what education should be because it has become, in most countries, largely irrelevant. First, the primary and secondary school system is facing increasing discipline problems. Administrators are unwilling to expel the 10% of students that disrupt classes. Many parents do not want to send their children to failing schools, so they resort to expensive measures in terms of time and money like homeschooling or private schools. Second, the other problem is pedagogical. Too much emphasis with studying for standardized tests and rote memorization at the expense of critical thinking, learning by doing, and self-inquiry. Third, very often teachers do not have much input into organizing their own curricula. It normally comes from some bureaucrats of the education department, which makes curricula ineffective. Fourth, the education system should be localized and abolish the one-size-fits-all scheme that we currently have. Not every child learns at the same pace or in the same way. Fifth, a century ago, an 8th grade education was the equivalent of a high school education today. This means that we have lowered our standards. Sixth, of all the children going to college, at least 50% will drop out. This means that we should have an alternate path like apprenticeship based on the German model. It is of utmost importance to make education relevant to the 21st century. I believe the academic curriculum from kindergarten to roughly 5th grade should remain the same. Normally, during that time, the kids learn their mother tongue and a second language like English, plus reading, writing, and basic math. Essentially, parents and educators will mold the upbringing of the children. In my upcoming course entitled The First 20 Years of a Successful Life, I explain how to successfully raise a kid from the womb to college. I put forth tips and ideas for parents, educators, and most important of all, for children to make them, the children, successful. Children learn collaboration with others, responsibility for their acts, self-reliance, and acquire some measure of emotional maturity. Studying around 6th grade, I propose to make some significant changes. As the child matures mentally and psychologically by age 13, children will begin to take charge of their own education. My plan consists of creating a series of courses geared to both adolescents and adults. It will teach them first practical things close to their daily experiences, such as how a car or phone works. Then later in their formation, they will tackle more abstract materials like geopolitics or banking. By the time they finish high school, they will have a better idea of what they want to do, but they will also have enough knowledge and hopefully wisdom to face the harsh reality of life. In this alternative curriculum, students will learn how academic subjects can impact their immediate surroundings. Let us take the example of how a house works using math, science, and economics, to name just a few. First, we show you how to effectively use a house plan using scaling, proportions, and geometry. Second, we explain how a plumbing system works by making use of physical concepts of flow rate and pressure. Third, we do a similar expose of the electrical system going into Ohm's law and AC/DC circuits. Fourth, we learn about house framing using the Pythagorean theorem and analyzing forces applied to the beams of a frame. Fifth, we apply chemistry and material structure to build a solid foundation. Finally, the construction would not be complete without a thorough economic analysis of the variable and fixed cost of a house. The overall mode of instruction is both academic and vocational. The goal is to merge the abstract with the concrete, emphasizing technical aspects. Subjects like literature, art, and music will be covered in a later phase of curriculum development. Let us look at this diagram. You will notice the abbreviation ETC. It means and so forth in Latin, so you can expect other subjects not listed in the diagram. First, as I explained before, children will learn how common objects work in their immediate surroundings, like their parents' car and house, or their own cell phones. Then they move on to the functioning of the town where they live and all its responsibilities like utilities, airport, police, and fire department. Next, they tackle the intricacies of a province or state and learn about banking, telecommunication, and state government. At the national level, they study how a federal government functions, like meteorology, agriculture, geography, and the legal system. Finally, at the planetary level, they learn about economics, astronomy, geopolitics, etc. In short, the curriculum should be more engaging and practical. If you're interested, please send me your feedback and suggestions to Antoine0579@gmail.com. Thank you.